Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. For those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Sharon from Angelics-Speak.com and I channel archangels. Let's start. Greetings everyone, this is Michael. I'm happy to speak with you again. Before we start, I would like to remind each of you that we speak from many different levels of understanding so that each of you can access a portion of knowledge that resonates with you. In the last message, Archangel Sandalphon spoke from a very high level of understanding. And today I wish to do this also. In the future, we may again speak to your current issues in your reality. But today let's speak from a little higher perspective. As it says in the title, my message to you is that every single one of you are light workers. Now, most of you know the current definition of a light worker in your reality. Someone who utilizes light and energy to heal, to offer higher understanding, to shift energy on the planet, etc. We say to you that all of you are light workers. All of you are manifesting with light and the vibrations of light your reality. Your reality is a projection of your own consciousness. It vibrates according to your thoughts, your emotions, your energy vibrations, your level of consciousness, and of course, the lessons that your soul wishes to experience. But as we've said before, the experiences you are having are really a dreamlike reality that feels so utterly real that you experience every sensation, pain and pleasure, every beautiful object and horribly painful or sad experience. All of the pairs of opposites that you experience in your world feel absolutely real while you're experiencing them. However, once you leave your physical form, you begin to realize how dreamlike they really were. So your reality is created by every single one of you, projected by your thoughts, your emotions, your energies. Now, each wave of souls who decide to project a consciousness into this dreamlike reality will have, at some point in their lifetime, a tremendous challenge occur. If you look back in your world's history, there is challenge after challenge. Wars, political unrest, hunger, famine, financial collapses, and cycling around there is great abundance, an expansion of your culture. And then again there will be collapses. This is the nature of duality in your experience of your world. Very few of you manage to experience this dream of Earth without experiencing both the joy and the suffering of that reality. It is manifested by your own awareness, your mind, on a subtle level. Not your physical mind, not your physical brain and the mind that is associated with it, but a much more subtle form of subtle thought impressions that exist within you. And these are guided by your soul in order to experience and learn whatever lessons or experiences it chose in manifesting a physical expression of itself, which is you. Let me give you a very simple example of this. For those of you that are shaking your head saying, no, no, what about the pandemic? Everyone is experiencing this. Of course. There are general themes and lessons that guide a reality. However, as an example, put 30 people in a room and suddenly create an event in front of them. When the event is over, have each one of them describe or write down independently what they experienced. Every single one of them will describe a little bit different experience. There will be a universal theme, but the details can often be very different. Someone saw brown hair, someone saw blonde hair. For some, it was a man, some it might even have been a woman. Some saw a weapon, for example. Some saw a baby. And often each one of them is shocked when the event is recreated and the details pointed out. That is because their thoughts, their emotions, and their subtle impressions influenced what they experienced. Now, this is on a very tiny level in your reality. Imagine what it's like to manifest your whole reality, each of you. For each of you, it will be experienced a little differently. For example, a big button pusher is political views, especially in the United States right now. Each of you experience the beings that are in authority over your country, what they say, what they do, how they respond to each other, to you in camera, or even in person. Each one of you will have a different perception of the same individuals, the same presentation. This is not necessarily something that you can understand through your mind. It is subtler than that. But over time, as you meditate more, you may have a direct experience of how your reality is manifested through you. Most of you know that if you consciously make a decision that you want something to occur in your life, sometimes, no matter how hard you try, it does not occur. Even if it doesn't involve other people. At other times, it flows easily to you. And you may wonder what the teachings about manifestation are missing. That you cannot always manifest what you wish to happen in your life, especially if you're the one manifesting your whole reality. It's because you have subtle things going on within you that you are not necessarily aware of. Subtle thoughts, impressions, reactions, And in addition, there are the agreements you made before starting this earth experience about what you were coming to learn. And some of it may have been frustration. And on top of all of that, there is the influence of your soul, who is guiding your most significant experiences and lessons so that it can learn through you. So this manifestation thing is quite complex. But on the simplest level, each of you manifest your entire experience of your reality. We will leave it at that. It will unfold much more deeply over time for each of you from within. Now I would like to speak a little about fear. Many of you are either having flashes of fear or actually waves of fear about the future right now. The economy in many of your countries is not very stable. And this is a more universal theme than often occurs. In addition, in some parts of your world there are food shortages. In others, there are obstacles to food flowing easily to each of you. And for many of you, because you've already experienced it, there may be great fear that it will happen again or be even worse. Now, almost all of you, as souls, have experienced dream after dream of issues with lack of money, lack of food, lack of shelter. And they could have been very, very traumatic events. What happens when another event similar to that, or that reminds you of the potential of experiencing that again, comes around? It triggers all of the old fears, panic, grief, terror even. And this comes back in wordless emotion flowing through you. Many of you, in fact, may have experienced this during the Lion's Gate opening. Now, often people say to simply not get caught up in your fears. Isn't that easier said than done? For when these fears come, they are overwhelming. The anxiety. We say to you, if this happens, sit quietly and let it flow through you. Don't try to avoid a strong emotion that overwhelms you. Sit quietly and allow it to move through you and out. These are old memories being triggered. None of you know what the future may bring. And it is very good if you want to put away some extra things so that you can feel more secure. in case difficulties arise again. But when fear, anxiety over the future is triggered, let it flow through you. Don't stop it up or try to avoid it. For if you do, it will become even stronger. You will become emotionally constipated, so to speak. Once it has flowed through you, then you can become quiet. Meditate and allow yourself to clear. When you are clear from that perspective, you can then deal with your current experience. You will be guided more from a practical point of view instead of by the terror of the past. You can allow the fear to motivate you, if that's the direction it's moving, to action. You know the saying, feel the fear, but do it anyway. This is a very good saying. The most courageous people in your world are full of fear when they're doing the things that they are later lauded for. The difference is they still act. But they feel their emotion. They feel their fear. So don't block it up. Allow it to flow through you and out. And witness it. Just as you're learning to watch your breath in meditation, if you're able to, move a little past the emotion as it flows through you. If you can't, then allow yourself to be filled with that emotion. Fully experience it. And if you fully experience it, you will find the center point of that emotional storm. That still center point. Although you can't see the end or what's coming, know that once all of this has occurred, there will again be a flowering. This is a repetitive cycle in your world because your world is shaped by duality. It was designed that way. Now you may shift your consciousness higher, but your earth is still going to have some duality. It is moving a bit higher, but there will still be those pairs of opposites because that is what this school on earth is about. Raising your consciousness is raising your own energy. And if you truly want to be a light worker, as we believe all of you are anyway, the only true way to serve is to move your own awareness to a higher state, to go deeper within, to reach that profound place within your own being, from which all of your manifestations emit outward. This doesn't mean that you don't help others, that you don't offer your love, your light, your energy to others. It just means that you become more and more aware that you're creating all of this. You're dreaming. The most realistic, profound dream you have ever experienced in your world. And the deeper you go within, the more you will become aware of this. So we offer our love and our light to all of you who are light workers, because every single one of you is continually shifting your light-filled energy to manifest your own reality. And those of you who identify with being light workers have simply included that in the creation of your world. Why, you say, then, is there this horrible virus? Why is there starvation in some countries? Why are there such terrible conditions at times for people and animals and children? This is the nature of the lessons of your world. And when you pop back out of this dreamlike reality, you'll marvel at all that seemed so real, so profound, and affected you so deeply. How much compassion did you learn by experiencing all of that? How many times were you invited to be generous, to be compassionate, to help others, to serve others? And how many times did you only focus on your own ego? So you are stretched by difficult, stressful experiences, by loss, by grief, and by joy and abundance. All of these things are experiences that your souls wish to understand, wish to learn about. And so they expressed a part of themselves, which is you, as a portion of your own soul. A vehicle to learn, to experience, to gather knowledge and wisdom, emotion, every emotion, every sensation, and learn to continually uplift it and offer it to Source. The key to moving through all of this is to become established in that space of light within your own being. That is where you most truly exist. And that space does not change when the dream dissolves. You can watch the gyrations of your dreamlike experience from there in peace and in love. Or you can be pulled by sensations, by emotions, by your mind, continually exhausting yourself. Go within. Find that beautiful space within. and rest there. Each of us send our love and our blessings to every single one of you, you beautiful light workers who are creating your own realities. And that is every single human being, every soul in your world. We love you. I am Archangel Michael.